Good evening. A public consultation event has been held on controversial plans to redevelop the home of Bath Rugby. The club wants to spend around £30 million bringing its facilities up to Premiership standard, but not everybody wants to see large-scale redevelopment in the World Heritage City. Richard Payne reports.
Its location may be envied, its facilities are not. Despite playing at the highest level of its professional sport, Bath Rugby Club operates in amateur surroundings, which is why they want to spend in the region of £30 million to redevelop the Rec, where they've played rugby for nearly 120 years. When Bath run out on this pitch tomorrow against London Irish, they will do so in front of a capacity 12,000 fans. If they get planning permission within a couple of years, that number could rise to 18,000. Chief to the plan is the redevelopment of this, the post-war West Stand. Today the public got the chance to have their say on an issue which, like any contest on the pitch, has two distinct sides.
The benefits for the city would be enormous for tourism, business and for the ratepayers of Bath. If there was no activity here, there would be an empty space with a huge liability for the council to pick it up.
That's not a view shared by this man, who's applied to have the entire 11 acres of the Rec declared a town green and returned to what it looked like a century ago.
The recreation ground was left to the Bath citizens as an open space for all forms of recreation, with no special priority given to any one sport.
The legal challenges are still to be resolved, but club executives who lease the ground from a trust insist staying in the centre of Bath rather than relocate to the outskirts can be achieved.
There's various different interpretations of who exactly it was given to, and actually the covenant back in 1922 that some people are concerned about was actually given by the president of the club at the time. But I think we can have something appropriate. It's a fabulous location and I think all sides can be kept happy. It's not going to be an over-the-top development. It's appropriate for the city and helps the club stay at its spiritual home.
A home which is sweet for some, sour for others. One thing they do agree on though, that the row be resolved before the end of the year. Richard Payne, ITV News, Bath.
An illegal immigrant who attacked a young ballet dancer from Bath has had his sentence increased by the Court of Appeal. Jack Widdowson was on a night out in Cardiff when Mohammed Ali Mohammed broke his neck and left him lying in the street. Today, judges ruled that his original sentence of 13 years was too short. He'll now serve 18 years. A discount food wholesaler has been fined £61,000 after it was found to have been infested with mice. Environmental health inspectors prosecuted the Avonmouth branch of Costco following the discovery of a large number of mouse droppings in January last year. Now, we've already had one royal birth this year and in a short while we are expecting another. So perhaps it was appropriate that the Queen's granddaughter Zara Phillips should help Stroud Maternity Hospital celebrate a special day, as Ken Goodwin reports.
Zara Phillips is expecting her first child in the new year, and today she visited her local maternity hospital in Stroud, which is celebrating its 60th birthday.
Thank you very much.
Local people have fought twice to keep the maternity hospital open when it was under threat of being closed. New mothers like Hannah Ellis say it's a valuable resource.
Oh, extremely important, because the level of care you get here is so fantastic that it's made it such a positive experience. It doesn't feel like a hospital. My room's so comfortable. Everything you need is on hand.
But now there has been investment in things like birthing pools, something unimaginable when it opened 60 years ago. A midwife from 60 years ago, what do you think she would have thought of that?
I think she'd be amazed, actually, that the babies come out and they actually are fine when they come out in the water. There's no problems, and about 50% of the women who currently give birth here give birth in the water.
Sharing the hospital's birthday celebrations is Pam Brown. She was born here exactly 60 years ago today.
My mum apparently got the bus from Minchinhampton to the bottom of Field Road, carried her case up the hill, came in here, had me and went home a few days later, so that's what happened then.
Though this is Zara Phillips' closest maternity hospital, It's not known if she will have her baby here, but the hospital say they're glad she was able to come and help celebrate their 60th birthday. Ken Goodwin, ITV News, Stroud.
25 World War II veterans have been presented with Arctic Star medals in Trowbridge. Members of the Arctic Convoys and Bomber Command received their awards from local MP Andrew Morrison. The honours are being given out now after a lengthy campaign by veterans and their relatives. The Arctic convoy ships made repeated journeys to ensure vital supplies reached Russia during the war.
I'm very proud to have received it, and I'm only sad that the person who worked so hard to have the medal presented in the first place, Eddie Grenfell, died before he could receive his own medal.
Now let's take a look at the weather with Peter Griffin.
Hello there, it's a bright and breezy picture for the weekend and feeling quite warm as well, above average temperatures by about 1 or 2 degrees. The reason for that strong wind, we've got high pressure over Scandinavia right through the weekend. Out to the west, there's a low pressure system trying to move its way in, and where those two are trying to meet, that's where all those strong winds are at the moment. And even on Sunday, for example, still very, very breezy indeed. Overnight, that breeze is going to keep the temperatures well up, so it's not going to be a cold night by any stretch. 11 to 13 Celsius, the range of temperatures there. Quite cloudy and perhaps 1 or 2 showers bubbling up here and there by daybreak as well. On to the start of the weekend. Quite a bright start to the morning, but again 1 or 2 showers rattling through on that very strong breeze. And if you're down by the south coast, you will feel the strength of that wind certainly. But nevertheless, 14 to 15 Celsius by lunchtime, quite decent temperatures. And certainly tomorrow afternoon, warmer still. 19, 20, perhaps even push to 21 here and there as well. 1 or 2 quite heavy showers popping up, though, perhaps 1 or 2 thundery ones in the mix there as well, but they will be well scattered and well isolated. Continuing quite blustery through Sunday, a bit more in the way of showers on Monday, but those temperatures still holding up quite well in that strong breeze, 20 Celsius in the daytime. By Tuesday, not quite so windy, a little bit cooler as well. And that's your weather for the weekend. Have a good one.
And that's the way it looks tonight. You'll find plenty more news from the region on our website. We'll be back just before 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. But for now, goodbye.